Assalamu alaikum. There is another lecture related to cytotoxic anti-tumor activity, and it is known as mitotic inhibitors. The drugs which is included as mitotic inhibitors act during M phase to prevent cell division. Basically, there are two major groups of drugs, that is vinca alkaloids and taxanes. The vinca alkaloids are originated from the plant source, so it is also called plant alkaloids. And these vinca alkaloids basically derive from vinca rosea, the periwinkle plant. So the group name, the drugs included vincristine and vinblastine. And these are the most important members, as these drugs nearly identical structure and share the same mechanism of action. So they have somewhat quite different toxicities, because vincristine is very much neurotoxic and does not damage to bone marrow as compared to vinblastine. So, in contrast, vinblastine is different in toxicity, not in mechanism of action, and not in the structural activity. Come towards vincristine mechanism of action. Vincristine is also famous as its brand name, namely Oncovin. And this liposomal vincristine, also known as Markibo, but the conventional form is majorly used and most famous among the anti-tumor activity. The mechanism of action represents how the cell activity demolished during the cell division, and as the name indicates, that is mitotic inhibitors, mitotic spindle inhibitors, or mitotic inhibitors. Basically, when the mitotic spindles formed during the cell division, that is at the M phase, at that moment the drug blocks the mitosis and by disrupting the assembly of microtubules. So the filaments move chromosome during cell division. Blocked. To blocked microtubule assembly, vincristine binds with tubulin. Tubulin is the major component of microtubule, and in the absence of microtubule, cell division stops at metaphase. So, metaphase block is a potent signal for apoptosis, that is the programmed cell death. Come towards the kinetics of this drug, vincristine, that is, it has low and erratic oral absorption, so the administration should be IV. Distribution is very much easy to vascular system, and it enter tissues where it becomes tightly but reversibly bound. CNS penetration is poor. Hepatic metabolism is observed, and excretion is also through by bile. Only 12% of the drug is excreted through urine. The indication and therapeutic use of the drug vincristine is bone marrow sparing. That is, accordingly, the drug is ideal for combination chemotherapy. But indication for conventional vincristine include Hodgkin's, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, acute lymphocytic leukemia, Wilms tumor, rhabdomyosarcoma, sarcoma, Kaposi sarcoma, breast cancer, and bladder cancer. As in the case of liposomal vincristine, it is indicated for Philadelphia chromosome negative acute lymphoblastic leukemia. I have told you earlier in the start of this lecture, that is, the toxicity associated with vincristine is peripheral neuropathy, not the bone marrow suppression. And this vincristine injures neurons by disrupting neurotubules, which are required for axonal transport of enzyme and organelle. Injury to neurotubule result from binding to tubulin, the same protein found in microtubule. The patient experiences symptoms of sensory or motor nerve injury, that is decreased reflexes, weaknesses, paresthesis, and sensory loss. Symptoms of injury to autonomic nerves, that is constipation, urinary hesitancy, are less common, occurring in 30 to 50% of patients. So it is also indicated the injury of autonomic nerves include constipation and urinary hesitancy. Because vincristine does not readily enter the CNS, injury to the brain is minimal. In contrast to cytotoxic anti-cancer drug, vincristine causes little bone marrow suppression, little of few, and as a result, drug is especially desirable for combined therapy with other anti-cancer drug, most of which do suppress the marrow. Vincristine is a vesicant, so it can cause severe local injury if extravasation occurs. Alopecia develops in about 20% of the patient, and significant nausea and vomiting are uncommon. There is another drug, namely as vinblastine, and vinblastine is the structural analog of vincristine. The two drugs share the same mechanism of action, that is the production of metaphase arrest through blockade of microtubule family, and both the drugs administered through IV. Both drugs does not cross BBB, that is blood brain barrier. Means both drugs share the same pharmacokinetics, and we have also observed the elimination and metabolism is the bile. Indication include somehow the indications are also similar, and it includes Kaposi sarcoma, Hodgkin's and non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, carcinoma of the breast and testis. But here in vinblastine, the dose-limiting toxicity is different from vincristine, and it is highly associated with bone marrow suppression. Neurotoxicity can also occur, but it is less common. And additional adverse effects include nausea, vomiting, alopecia, stomatitis, and severe local injury if extravasation occurs. The another drug, which is the semi-synthetic vinca alkaloid, and it is similar in actions and in structures to vincristine and vinblastine, and also grouped in the mitotic inhibitors, that is vinca alkaloid. This drug is approved only for non-small cell lung cancer, and investigational uses include breast, ovarian, and Hodgkin's disease. It is derived the benefits derived from causing metaphase arrest through inhibition of microtubule family. It is also administered as IV, undergo hepatic metabolism, and elimination is by bile. Like vinblastine and unlike vincristine, vinrolabine can cause profound bone marrow suppression. That is, the dose limiting toxicity is similar to vinblastine, not with vincristine. Neutropenia develops in about 50% of the patient. Vinorelbine also causes interstitial pulmonary damage and adult respiratory distress syndrome, typically within 1 week of treatment. So, most cases are fatal. Accordingly, the patient should be alert for new onset dyspnea, cough, hypoxia, and related signs of lung injury. So, the other side effects include alopecia, constipation, nausea, and vomiting, all of which are generally mild to moderate. Like vincristine and vinblastine, the vinorelbine also cause local tissue necrosis if extravasation occurs. So, in mitotic inhibitors, another group of drug is taxanes, and in taxanes, we have three more drugs, that is paclitaxel, doxotaxel, and cabazitaxel. To start from paclitaxel, it is famous as Taxol, Taxol, and it is widely used drug that acts during late G2 and M phase to promote formation of stable microtubules bundles, thereby inhibiting cell division and producing apoptosis. This drug is approved as first-line therapy for advanced ovarian cancer and non-small cell lung cancer in patients, and also approved as second-line therapy for AIDS-related Kaposi sarcoma and adjuvant therapy combined with doxorubicin containing regime for women with breast cancer. Investigational uses include advanced head and neck cancer, adenocarcinoma of the upper GI tract, and leukemias. Kinetics include IV infusion administration for about 3 hours to 24 hours. And drug undergoes wide distribution but not in the CNS. Paclitaxel is eliminated in a little portion, small amount appear in the urine and bile, but the fate of the remainder is unknown. The formulations of paclitaxel available in two IV formulation. Older of the two sold as Onzol and Taxol. Taxol is the most famous one, and it can trigger severe hypersensitivity reaction. So the new formulation, which is also available in IV form, sold as Abraxane, and it is bound to nanoparticle of albumin. Addition of water forms a suspension, so no solvent is employed. Toxicity includes severe hypersensitivity reaction, as we have discussed, and it includes the hypotension, dyspnea, angioedema, and urticaria have occurred during infusion. The risk of severe hypersensitivity reaction with Taxol can be minimized by pre-treatment with a glucocorticoid, and the glucocorticoid used is dexamethasone. Another drug is histamine 1 receptor antagonist, in which we commonly use diphenylhydramine, and H2 receptor antagonist, in which cimetidine is commonly used. Another dose limiting toxicity is bone marrow suppression, and most commonly is neutropenia. Peripheral neuropathy develops with repeated infusion, so it also may be considered as dose limiting. Paclitaxel can affect the heart, causing bradycardia, second and third degree heart block, and even fatal myocardial infarction. Muscle and joint pain have also occurred. Patient experiences sudden but reversible alopecia, so frequently involves the body as well as the scalp. GI reactions include nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and mucositis, which are generally mild. Another drug is doxotaxil. Doxotaxil stabilizes microtubule and thereby inhibits mitosis like paclitaxel. And doxotaxil is very similar in structure and in actions to paclitaxel. It has three approved indications. Number one, locally advanced or metastatic breast cancer that has progressed or relapsed despite previous chemotherapy. Number two, locally advanced or metastatic non-small cell lung cancer that has advanced despite provide cisplatin-based therapy. And number three, advanced hormone refractory metastatic prostate cancer, but only in combination with prednisone. So the toxicity includes with doxotaxil is neutropenia, and if the neutrophil count falls below 1500 per millimeter cube, then doxotaxil should be stopped. Severe hypersensitivity can also occur, and it includes the hypotension, bronchospasm, and generalized rash or erythema. To reduce hypersensitivity reaction, patient should take oral glucocorticoid for 5 days, which is strongly recommended as prednisolone. Severe fluid retention can also occur in the patients with abnormal liver function. Possible manifestation include generalized edema, dyspnea, at rest, cardiac tamponade, pleural effusion requiring urgent drainage, and pronounced abdominal distension. And it can be reduced with oral glucocorticoid again, and which is started normally day before dosing, continued for 2 days. Another additional common toxicity are anemia, nausea, diarrhea, stomatitis, fever, and neurosensory symptoms. There is another drug is cabazitaxel. Cabazitaxel is a combination is used in combination with prednisone and is indicated for second line IV treatment of advanced hormone refractory prostate cancer in men who have already received doxotaxel. The toxicity include bone marrow suppression, causes neutropenia, and Carboxytaxel doses should be stopped if the neutrophil count fall below 1500 per millimeter cube. To prevent or treat neutropenia, granulocyte colony stimulating factor (GSF) should be recommended. Liver impairment increases the risk of death, and as with paclitaxel and doxotaxel, severe hypersensitivity can occur, manifesting as hypotension, bronchospasm, and generalized rash and/or erythema. If a severe reaction occurs, carboxylaxel should be stopped immediately and never used again. Diarrhea seen in 47% of the patient, which can be severe. Death from resulting electrolyte imbalance have occurred. And additional adverse effect include in the 10% of the patient include nausea, vomiting, constipation, fatigue, weakness, fever, cough, alopecia, peripheral neuropathy, dyspnea, arthralgia, and dysgeusia. Now come towards other mitotic inhibitor, which include ixabepilone. It is a large cytotoxic molecule in the epothiolone family. Like the taxanes, drug bind to and stabilizes microtubule and thereby causes mitotic arrest and apoptosis. This drug is approved only for locally advanced or metastatic breast cancer, and it can be used alone after an anthracycline, a taxane, and capecitabine have failed, or combined with capecitabine. The major toxicity include neutropenia observed in 54 to 68% of the patient and peripheral sensory neuropathy. Less serious side effects include fatigue, myalgia, arthralgia, alopecia, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and stomatitis, uh, mucositis. And in patients with liver impairment, the and elevated serum bilirubin or liver transaminase, doses of ixabepilone in monotherapy should be reduced, and in combination, it should be avoided. Another two more drug is eribulin mesylate and astramycin. Um, these are very much similar to these are very much similar to ixabepilone, and it is also involved in IV therapy of metastatic breast cancer. Um, I have advised to patient to read these drugs at your own, and there is no more details and no more discussions which is required to study in the title of these drugs. So it is all about mitotic spindle inhibitors, that is mitotic inhibitors, including vinca alkaloids and taxanes basically. And it's all about today's lecture. The other class of drug that is topoisomerase inhibitor and miscellaneous drug will cover in another lecture, inshallah. Okay. Thank you.